All right, so we're graphing the system and finding the solution of the system y equals 5.2x plus 371, and y equals 1.8x plus 467. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to our y equals screen and type that in. So you can kind of already see by looking at those equations that the y-intercepts are already pretty big, and they're going to be way up on that y-axis. I mean, we're getting up to 371 and 467 on the y-axis. So the window that we have on our calculator right now probably isn't going to see it. So if you hit graph, you'll probably notice that you can't see the two lines. Like you saw that thing that was going in the corner there, so it looked like it was working, but then you don't see anything. And that's the reason that is because the lines, we only going from negative 10 to 10 on the x and negative 10 to 10 on the y, and so the lines don't fit into that nice piece of the graph that we're seeing. So what we have to do is, if Zoom 6 doesn't give us what we want, the next thing we try is we go to Zoom, and I'll show you a little trick. You can go up if you want to go to the bottom. If you want to go down to the bottom choice, you go up to Zoom Fit, which is choice 0. So you can go down or up and get there. And if you hit Zoom Fit, hopefully what it does is it changes the screen so that now you can see the lines. Yes. So that you can see the two lines. There's still a problem because what can we not see yet, Matthew? We can't see the intersection. This will not find the intersection for you if the intersection is not showing up on the screen, the calculator will not be able to find the intersection for you. So now we have to do little manual adjustments to be able to see where it is. So, Grace, which way, if we want to find the intersection, which way would we have to go? Like, where's that intersection? Like, if you need to keep going and find the intersection, which direction would you have to go?
Like right.
Right and up. Right and up. So that means we're making x bigger or smaller? Bigger. We're making y also bigger, right? Because we're going right, which is x bigger. Going up, it makes y bigger. So where we can make manual adjustments is the window button. If you hit window, then that tells you, all right, this is where x starts and this is where x ends. Right now, x is starting at negative 10 and it's going to 10. Right now, y is starting at 319 and it's going to 485. So we need to make the x max, how far to the right it goes, bigger. So it's kind of a guess and check thing. Let's try 60, and then our y max needs to be bigger than 485. So I don't know. How about 600? So we're basically making our graph paper bigger. All right. So change x max to 60, change y max to 600, and then go ahead and hit graph, and hopefully now we can see where the two intersect. And we can. And now we can go ahead and do our second trace and intersect. And an enter, and an enter, and an enter. All right. Did I lose anybody? One more time. So window, go to window. Okay, change x max should be 60. I think it's 60 and then hit graph. And you should see it then. Yep. And then second trace, enter, enter, enter. All right, so it's about...
That's because I was trying to help them fix their calculator.
Is it still doing something weird?
Yeah. I tried to fix it.
All right, hold on. Okay, so now it's about 28.2 and 517.8. Now let's say we didn't want to leave it like this. Let's say we want to know what these were as a fraction. Okay? All right, let's be quitters and hit second mode. Go back to the screen. Right next to second. Second, and then the button next to second.
Like,
What?
quit.
That's where you're supposed to be.
Oh.
I just have stuff on my screen. I'll hit clear, and now it's like yours. Okay, so, all right, so remember, we want to type in X. So alpha, the alpha button, and then where the X is. And then hit enter, and you see that that's the number that it just found for you when it got the intersection. And then remember how to change something to a fraction? How do you change something to a fraction? What, Justice? Math, enter, enter. So if you hit math, and hit enter, it tells you, all right, well, the X value of your intersection is 480 over 17. And then we can do the same thing. Then we do the same thing for Y. Alpha 1, hit Y, 517.8, math, enter, enter, and it's 8803 over 17. All right, so going back. So our intersection, so our solution is, was it 480 over 17? 480 over 17, 8,803 over 17. And then is this consistent independent, consistent dependent, or inconsistent? Consistent independent, consistent dependent, inconsistent. Jackson, which one is this?
This is consistent independent.
Consistent and independent. All right, and that is the end of the problem.